Hello everyone, good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are. And we're starting up another stream here, and well, to the end of it at least, the end of the flight. We're here on a Boeing 777-200ER, this one with the Pratt & Whitney engines. I'm not very familiar with them. They work kind of like the Rolls-Royce with EPR, so yeah, it's a little bit strange. And we're just about to start our arrival now into our destination. And the stream is going to cover the arrival prep a little bit and hopefully then the landing into the destination. So that here for your information today was a flight between San Francisco and Auckland in New Zealand. It took about 12 hours or so. Or should have taken about 12 hours. I think we're right there. And we're hoping to catch Auckland Control at the end of one of their events here on VATSIM, on the VATSIM network. Good, so let's get into the hot seat and I'll talk to you a little bit more about what we're doing, how it's going, and what the plan is now for the arrival. About 80 miles to go. So we'll just jump into I'll do a recap of what we've done so far on the flight. And then what we can do is just go into the arrival chat and then get her down into Auckland. So let me take you onto the plan itself on what we have done so far, like a recap. Obviously the aircraft is in great condition. I haven't had failures on today. And you can see just there that we are about to approach the North Island here in New Zealand. I'll put that on day view so we can see what that's like. Oh, it's bright. Yeah, we departed San Francisco. That was the last time we made landfall, and then it was a trans-Pacific flight. We had a bunch of ETOPS alternates, and we crossed some of the islands around here, Kiribati, Cook Islands. I think this was French Polynesia. I mean, it says France a lot. Fiji, and then just now, we should be with Auckland Oceanic if they were on, but they aren't. It's just Auckland Control. And we can see that here with live traffic and ATC. So at LPAC, we'll just about start chatting to them. Yeah, that's a recap of the flight. And I'm going to start off by getting some information for us about the flight. So that's the first data I received. This auto update today, of course. So in New Zealand, at Zulu, we're expecting 749 Zulu, we're expecting ILS approaches for runway 5 right. It's a wet runway, there's a frequency for delivery and ground, it's just a tower frequency. Winds at 140 at 6, visibility is greater than 10 kilometers, clouds at broken at 4,700, it's 9 degrees, it's a southern winter of course. QNH is 1009, and at 2,000 feet the forecast is 110, which is not bad, so about 50 degrees off. The plane today we're using pounds, so it's slightly strange for me. But we'll make it work. So based on the fact that we're going in for 05 right, and any second now we should get that contact me from Auckland. So I'm just going to get this ahead and we'll start chatting with Auckland. Frequency for Auckland is going to be 123.9. So I'm going to pre-select that 123.9, see if there's something to... Oh, turns out I wasn't on Unicom the whole flight. I'm still on the... what do you call it? On the... Unicom frequency on the CTAF frequency for San Francisco Com1, and we just switched over down to Auckland, and we should be able to say hello, and we'll get our arrival information, briefing, and I can see that they are talking. I just can't seem to hear them.
Auckland Center, hello, climb 144 with you, climbing flight level 250, direct to Fiji.
Qantas 144, Auckland, go climb flight level
Okay, so I'm struggling for audio.
Qantas level 1360, Qantas 144.
Maybe if I could just get it down to...
449, passing 17S08 for level 360 on Lake Bus.
Kilo 449, Auckland Control, go.
So there's going to be a little bit of background noise then because I can't seem to get this to connect. So you can hear maybe two different can hear a bit of an echo, I suppose. So we're gonna try that again. And let's say hello to Auckland. So the original call sign was supposed to be United 917, but overnight someone has taken that call sign away from me on VATSIM. So we're United 91 Tango now. And I believe the flight plan should be sent already. And let's check in. Auckland Control, hello United 91 Tango Heavy, level 360 at LCAP. LPAC. Need glasses. Where are my glasses? There we go.
United 91 Tango, Auckland Control, good evening. I identified cleared XOP 2 Bravo, arrival runway 05 right.
Cleared XOP 2 Bravo, arrival runway 05 right. United 901 Tango. XOP 2 Bravo, run. And it's 05 right for the arrival. Some lightning underneath us. Since we're clear for the arrival, I'm gonna go take a look at what the plan is for said arrival. I'm gonna bring you on to the planner. I'm using Lido charts out of
Auckland Control, good evening. New Zealand 428 with you, passing flight level 170.
Yep, so I'm using the planner app to see what's going on. XOP 2 Bravo, that's the one we're expecting. We're starting here at XOP and go to Bovru, Dipu, and Kilden. Logsa will be next, so beam the airfield, essentially we're going to start slowing down to 240 knots. Brings us to Akbam at 4,000, max 220, and then it ends at Lengu 3,000 above, max 210. Is our final initial approach fix, and this should take us right over central Auckland. The ILS approach, probably the white ILS, doesn't say anything. So Lengu, we're going to start to Ugrus, and then finally to the runway. Go around is via Igava, and then to Guruk, stop holds to 3000. Back beam not to be used, I don't really know how to use it anyway. RNAV1 and GNSS are required, the runway is about 3,300 long, Pappy's only on the left, 45 wide, 3-degree glide path, and the minimum is going to be used today. 220 will be able to make that 3-degree glide path. It's a wet runway, so we will run that performance again just to be sure. On the once we land, we're going to use the AGC charts here. So 205 right on landing. I think we'll try to exit on Alpha 3, and then probably backtrack on Alpha for the international terminal here in Auckland. If I can just find the APC charts, there we are, APC charts, and that's it. From the AOI pages, I'm just going to scan real quick to see if there's something important. 2 modes, normal ops are white.
Tango, turn right heading 1995 sequencing. Expect a direct to position Akbam. When ready, descend flight level 150.
For United 19er Tango, turn heading 195, and we'll plan for the direct to Akbam, ILS 05 right, United 901 Tango, and say again the clear level.
United 91 Tango, flight level 150, Auckland is current information Sierra, 1010.
150 will check the ATIS 1016, United 901 Tango, and confirm it's a right turn heading 195? I think he meant left turn.
United 91 Tango, right turn heading 195, QNH 1010.
Right turn 195, QNH 1010, United on 9er Tango.
NASA 3 and NASA 2 in sequence, contact Christchurch Control 12337.
Okay, strange for me, over right turn. One on a 5.
New Zealand 428, align to amended flight level 3.
That was interesting. Seems like a loop. We're aware of what that's going to look like, so I'm just going to go ahead and set that up now into the FMC so we're not messing things up. And when ready, descend level.
United 9-1 Tango, resume navigation, clear direct XBAM.
Oh, navigation direct ECBAM, United 901 Tango.
Singapore 289, descent to 11,000 feet.
Oh, navigation direct ECBAM.
010.
Pilot's discretion, level 150 set. We have a while to go, so I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that everything we need is tuned in correctly. RLS frequency 110.3 is not there, so yeah, here we go. 110.3, 220. Minimum's 220 set.
Qantas 227 unable to provide wind information. If you want higher or lower, I can help with that.
Excellent, easy days. Flips 25, that's great. No credit, auto brakes 2. What does auto brakes 2 do? A little bit further. I think that's the auto brake setting that we're going to use for the flight. Auto brakes 2. With a flaps 25 landing.
Auckland Control Lander, good evening, Qatar United, roll flight level 370
Qatari 914, Auckland, evening, Fox 0212.
Also going to see if I can just tune the Auckland VOR here.
Auckland Control, evening, Tahiti, Airline 502, heavy flight 180, climbing to 250.
114.8.
Tahiti Airline 02, Auckland Control, bonsoir, climb, flight level 370.
Flight level 370, Tahiti Airline 502, heavy.
Five right, wet runway. Oops, yep, I said I was going to do that, and I haven't. So, wet runway. Say, let's say medium, yeah, not so great. Still good, can't stop. I think it's going to be dry by the time we get there, though, so. As far as I know, it's not actively raining over the field at the moment. Cancel. New messages. Cancel. Nice. And let's do a checklist. Recall was checked, and there are no notes to look at. Auto brakes are level 2. Landing data for the VRF and minimum. VRF is 144, that's flaps 25 landing. Bare minimum's 220. The approach briefing, completed to a great standard. And I'll just brief you guys as I'm going down, you know. Single pilot ops really, so seems a bit silly to be here briefing, wasting our time briefing. The only...
Good evening, I'm going for heavy, level 180,
I'll do something slightly different. It's 8:30 now in the evening. Nobody really wants to watch a landing at night, right? I mean, especially not in New Zealand where you have nice views. So we're gonna go about 4 hours behind to 16:30, actually 15:30. Whoopsie. Okay, I'm really messing this up now. 15:30 is a good time. So we know we're working with a 15:29, close enough. We're working with an exact 5-hour offset. 15, yeah, 5-hour offset. So we have some daylight for our landing. And I'll turn up the brightness. There's a button here for that to turn up everything's brightness, which is nice. So everything just a touch brighter. There we go. And we're set, folks. We are Showing a nice daylight arrival now into Auckland. Let me just turn this up a little bit. Okay.
Auckland control line Qatari 911.
Super. We're sorted.
Qatari 914, wind
I'm
ready.
gonna try this again because it's a bit annoying.
Ready, decline 415 Qatari 911. Qatari 911, so this is
Qatari 914, I've got that for you now. It's the Irati 7 Bravo arrival runway 05 right. Auckland Sierra 1010.
Cover that 1010.
Nope, that didn't seem to work. Nope. Okay, so I guess this is how we're gonna fly today with the speakers. Unfortunate. So where we're flying to directly is Ekbem. Ekbem is a point on the star, pretty much at the end of the star. And I'm going to show you where that is. The end of the star.
Zealand 449.
That's where we're going to Ekbem 4000 above max 220. Essentially the end of the downwind. So visually as we're flying past the Auckland airport, I'll start slowing it down to clean speed. And I'm hoping for a nice, stable, idle approach. I'm just going to verify that we have the right ATIS there.
Velocity 148, Auckland evening, clear direct, Nelson, climbing flight level 340.
Clear direct Nelson, velocity 140, and climb to 340.
Singapore 285, contact Auckland approach 124.3.
Oh, it's Sierra now, so let's go get Sierra. One zero 10. Okay, super.
Singapore 285, contact Auckland 24.3.
Alright, that's a top of drop almost, and we've been cleared already to level 150. We'll start that descent now. Thrust, speed, speed.
227, crossing position Pier Blue. Auckland radio is a flight control service terminated, frequency change to Unicorn 122.8.
What definitely about this 227
New Zealand 428, make my contact.
Zealand 428, roger, contact Christchurch, control now 123.7.
Christchurch 137, cheers, New Zealand 428.
United 91 Tango, continue to 11,000 feet radar range, QNH 1010.
Continue 11,000 feet, QNH 1010, United 901 Tango. 11,000 feet, we're cleared.
Zealand
11,000.
449, contact Christchurch, control 123.7.
123.7, New Zealand 449, have a nice evening, bye-bye.
Auckland Control, good evening, Airline 110, inbound oblique, climb level 250.
JT Airlines 110, Auckland, to Bonsoir, climb flight level 390.
Coming flight level 390, Airlines 110.
New Zealand 521, approaching top of descent.
Zealand 521, contact crisis control, 123.0.
I'm just going to finish off looking at the AOI, make sure that there's something interesting there. Requires a minimum 150 to 5, which I think we should be able to do easy. Preferred exit for a heavy going to the international apron is Alpha 3.
Qatari 914, your tags uncorrelated unfortunately, just confirm you've cleared level.
What they want us to do is turn left onto Alpha and hold short of Bravo 4. So I'll show you what we're going to do after landing. Left on Alpha, hold short Bravo 4.
We're flight level 287 and descending now. Currently to flight level 150.
Qatari 914, thanks. Descent to 1,000 feet now, Sierra, current, QNH 1010.
Descend 1,000 and QNH 1010, Qatari 91.
Yeah, so we're going to land Alpha 3, left Alpha, and hold short of Bravo 4 for further information. That's where we plan to exit anyway. It's about 2,600 meters the other way to go. So easy enough to stop with auto brakes too. We'll just check to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. That being said, I don't fly this airplane IRL, so obviously there's going to be errors and mistakes that if you do fly this aircraft for real, you'll know that I don't really know what I'm talking about. So it's 2,500 meters, so it's a little bit longer than the exit, but that's fine because this is depicting a full stop, which is not what we want. We want around 45 knots, maybe around 30 if the runway is in fact wet, but we'll assess that as we get a little bit closer. Of course, this is no credit for the reverses, and we'll have a touch of reverses being used. And as always, it's going to be a small replay of the arrival at the end of it. Hello, dummy. Hope you're doing well. It's a small replay at the end of it once we're all ready. And it's come to my attention that the ETA there says 11 minutes, which is obviously not correct. Doesn't take into account the star and that we're flying the other way around. So it just assumes that we're going to the airport at present speed. So it's very, that's not actually quite accurate. If I were to tell you how long it's going to take, it's 3:37 now, and we're estimating touching down at 4:02. So just about 30 minutes. And a quick reminder again, we're flying with a time offset of about 5 hours. Just so we have daylight on the arrival into Auckland. I'm not very keen on flying into New Zealand at night. I've heard that's quite a pretty country, so it'd be nice to see parts of it.
Auckland Control, good evening. New Zealand 574 with you, flight level 230. Davy 7000 arrival, we've got Sierra 1010 approaching top of descent.
7574, thanks, 1010 is confirmed, when ready, descend to 11,000 feet.
When ready, descend to 11,000 feet, New Zealand 574.
New Zealand 24, confirm QNH set standard 1013.
So here's what we were talking about earlier with regards to the EPR.
New Zealand 24, confirm QNH set 1013.
It's N1 here and EPR there, so you can see that the pressure ratio between the air pressure that's entering the engine and what's going out, so it's actually negative, which is strange, which means the engines are as far as I understand, there's less pressure at the back than there is at the front. So we know that the engines really aren't producing anything. I'm still going to reference N1 to fly and hope for the best, because yeah, these are Pratt & Whitney engines on the 777-200ER. This one specifically, we're flying in the United colors, and it's been inbound from San Francisco. In terms of flight time, 12 hours since the departure roll at San Francisco, and since we pushed at the gate, 12 hours and 14 minutes. So I should tell you that was quite a rapid taxi out of San Francisco just to make sure that we get to this event here in New Zealand on time. We've done a couple of flights in New Zealand. You can find them earlier on the stream. There was one with a 320 or a 321 that we did Auckland to, I want to say, Wellington maybe, or I can't remember. There was a fun RMP approach that we tried to do. Went well. Took a long time to fly the whole approach, obviously, because you had to keep your speed down for the RMP AR. Furthermore, we had another Trans-Tasman route. You know, we did I want to say it was either Brisbane or Sydney into Christchurch, which went okay. It was on an A380 from Emirates, and I believe on that one it was also a full New Zealand control. But then they left about halfway through, so that was a bit disappointing. This one, however, seems like Auckland is going to be on for at least until we touch down. Sorry, I was talking about bleeding the speed off and my descent planning. I'll review that again.
And we'll go over to Auckland approach on 124.3. Thank you.
I'll pre-select Auckland approach here, 124.3. And I'm going to tell you what I was talking about. So here, 40 miles to go. If we were going straight in, I'd do 40 times 3. I'd say 12,000 feet. I'd say 12,000 feet, and I'd know I'm already a little bit high, but 5,000 feet too high if we were going straight in, because I also need to reduce speed. In this case, however, we've got about 12 miles on the final, which means we have 12 miles past the airport and about 5 miles for the base. So it's about 30 miles to run. So I'm going to go 30 times 40 here, so it's about 100. 30 times 40 is 70, and then I'm going to multiply that by 3, so it's 210. So we should be at level 210. Obviously, we're a touch lower, and that's on purpose. We're going to let the speed increase, and we're going to kind of level off and let the speed bleed off. So those additional miles are to lose the speed for setting us up to approach speeds.
Qatari 914, request further descent.
Qatari 914, sorry, I thought you ended up. Contact Auckland 124.3.
124.3, thanks for the service, have a good night, yeah.
So any second now we'll be making landfall over the Null Island.
574, hold Ocon, descending
It's
in
going to
hold
be
1000 feet.
the Hibiscus Coast.
Welcome, descend about in the hold 211,000.
Sounds nice. So it's wrong.
91 Tango, contact Auckland approach 124.3.
Auckland approach 124.3. United 901 Tango, thank you. Alright, 901 Tango, we've got Auckland approach. The last information we had was Sierra.
Qatari 901 for Auckland approach. Very good evening to you. Information Sierra, current QNH 1010, descend via the star to 3,000 feet. You're cleared island.
1010.
Approach runway 05
Transition level.
right. Report established and if you can maintain the best forward speed. Thanks. Copied Sierra, QNH 1010, descend 3,000, cleared the island, give me 05 right, and we'll maintain best clean speed, Qatari 914.
Auckland approach, hello, United 901 Tango passing 13,100 for 11,000, direct ACBAM, 777 with Sierra.
United 91 Tango, Auckland approach, very good evening to you. Sierra is confirmed, QNH 1010, descend to 6,000 feet, turn right to track 220, radar terrain.
Descend 6,000 feet, right turn heading 220, United 901 Tango. 220, we did say track, so I'll just go ahead and do track select 220.
Auckland departures, good evening, still 57, hunting 1,400.
Does it not do that? Okay, my bad.
Tail 5
Heading
Auckland
select.
approach, very good evening to you. QNH 101,
220.
climb by the SID to flight level true 20.
QNH 1010, climb posted level 320.
And I'm going to start recording the arrival from here. I think it's going to be nice and scenic.
New Zealand 8126, reduce speed to 50 knots.
50 knots. 8126.
New Zealand 8126, reduce speed to 250 knots.
My apologies, 250 knots, 8126.
I'm going to extend the base leg. Oh, the other way around. It's going to be 141. Excellent. So I'm going to extend that base leg so I have an idea where we're going to intercept. It gives me a good idea for the trek as well. And now as we pass abeam the fields, the aircraft is going to start slowing us down to 240 knots. As you can see, she's on hold, VNAV speed through 10,000 feet, she'll start slowing down. In fact, I can assist a little bit, and we can slow her down to 240. Get all the lights on as well, minus the logo and wing lights.
New Zealand 8126, descend to 70,000 feet.
Descending 7,000, New Zealand 8126.
Actually looks quite nice.
United 91 Tango, descend to 5,000 feet.
Descend 5,000 feet, United 901 Tango. 5,000, say.
United 91 Tango, reduce speed to 230 knots, track direct to ACBAM, radar terrain.
Reduce speed 230 knots, direct ACBAM, United 901 Tango. Direct ACBAM.
New Zealand 8126, reduce speed to 230 knots.
LNAV.
230 knots, New Zealand 8126.
I'm going to reselect ACBAM again. Got that cabin ready message already. Very efficient today from the cabin. Actually struggling to slow down, so we're going to use a little bit of speed brakes to assist. Very effective speed brakes on this airplane. Speed brake extended. Yeah, that's on purpose. Not sure why we get a caution for that. It would make sense if she was adding power, but she's not. Oh, she wasn't on idle the whole time. Okay. That explains quite a lot. So, yeah, that explains it. I was wondering why 30-something was idle. And I thought it was just a Pratt & Whitney thing, but my thrust lever is one completely all the way down. And when the flight mode annunciator goes to hold, the pilot is essentially in charge of the thrust by themselves. You can see engine anti-ice has come on its own with the auto setting. Engine anti-ice there. As we go through these clouds. Must have detected a little bit of something.
New Zealand 821, Christian 8126, descend to 5,000 feet.
Continue 5,000, New Zealand 8126.
United 91 Tango, descend to 3,000 feet, cleared ILS DME, approach runway 05 right, report established.
Descend to 3,000 feet, cleared ILS DME, runway 05 right, report established. United 91 Tango. Alright, 3,000 feet to go down to. 3,000 is set. I'm going to go ahead and select data here because it says that ACBAM needs to be above 4,000. So you got to keep an eye on ACBAM there. Stowing the speed brakes. Oh, wing anti-eye is on as well. That's interesting.
914 on the ILS 05 right.
Sorry, 914, thank you very much. Contact Auckland Tower 118.7. Have a good evening.
118.7 for Qatar 914. Thanks for the ATC coverage and have a good night. See ya.
Yeah.
Auckland United 901 Tango, do you still require speed 230 knots or may we reduce?
United 91 Tango, cancel speed restriction.
Cancel speed restriction, United 901 Tango. Okay, speed restrictions are cancelled.
New Zealand 8126.
Top speed set.
Descend to 4,000 feet, reduce speed to 180 knots.
Continue 4,000, reduce speed to 180.
Looks nice.
8126.
I've set 3,000 on the MCP. We are descending 3,000. But I've got my eye here to make sure I cross ACBAM at or above 4. In fact, I'm going to guarantee that. I'll select vertical speed here, 500 foot per minute, and make sure we get above ACBAM at 4,000.
Traffic.
Hey.
Was that Teal 57?
Teal 57 affirm, just confirm your next waypoint tracking, please.
Let's go flips 1.
Teal 57, next tracking waypoint line.
Teal 57, roger, it looks like it's 90 degrees to your left there.
Speed 210 knots set.
My apologies, I just double checked my navigation system was not the out of date, just updated it, Teal 57, sorry.
Teal 57, roger, thank you.
I think this needs to be a bit brighter, huh? Everything is a bit dim. Gonna slow it to 1 speed.
New Zealand 8126, apologies, it's not going to work with the spacing. If you can turn left heading 265, descend to 3,000 feet.
Turning left 265 and descend 3,000, New Zealand 8126.
Another notch of
Zealand
flaps.
8126, affirm, I'll
Flaps
just have
5.
to localise it slightly and then there'll be a right turn direct to Lingu to rejoin and track the ILS very shortly.
The next altitude is 2,600, so I'm going to go ahead and set 27. 27 there. And the VS will continue down. On the MCP,
2500.
speed 180. We'll do 180 to 10 and then 150 to 5.
And New Zealand 8126, cancel speed restriction.
Clear for the approach. Approach mode's armed.
Cancelling speed restriction, New Zealand 8126.
We're on the localizer. Missed approach, altitude will be set at glide slope capture. Approach United 901 Tango established, ILS 05 right.
United 901 Tango, thank you. Maintain 170 knots or greater to the 5 mile final if you can, please. Contact tower 118.7. Have a good evening.
Tower 118.7, 170 greater until 5. I can do that until 6. United 901 Tango.
United 901 Tango, that would be perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 170 or greater until 6, that's fine. Glide slopes capture at 3000 is set.
And New Zealand 126, right, heading 020.
On the radio panel 118.7. There's an approach checklist that needs to be done. I'm going to go ahead and do that. The altimeter is at 1010 across the board. And the approach checklist is complete. And we're just standing by for the landing checklist. Alright, it's time for the gear. Gear is coming down. 5 speed is set. Let's say hello. Auckland Tower, United 901 Tango. 7 miles for the ILS 05 right.
United 901 Tango, Auckland Tower, getting consider approach 05 right, number 1.
Continue approach 05 right is number 1, United 901 Tango. Flaps 15 and speed 170 set.
Tower 914, welcome to Auckland, vacate on Alpha 3, taxi stand 10 via Alpha.
Maximum speed for flaps 25 is 185 knots. We can go ahead and set that up now.
Okay,
So,
Alpha 3,
flaps
taxi stand 10 via Alpha
25.
Kilo, Qatari 90146.
And we'll do 170 to... Oh, we all managed to 5, okay. So we can slow it down to bird speed, 149.
Surface wind 150 degrees 6 knots, runway 05 right, clear to land.
Clear land, runway 05 right, United 901 Tango. Clear to land, runway 05 right. So I'm just going to verify that the checklist is now complete. Landing checklist complete. We're clear to land. All the lights should be on. They are on. And we are clear to land. Wish me luck. So we're configured approaching here 1000 feet, the gear down, and flaps at the desired landing position. And you'll fly. Oh, wait, I'm not sitting upright. We go.
1000.
Alright, 1000 feet. Manual fly from here. What was that? It sounded almost like a takeoff warning. Is that the autopilot disconnect sound? So it's strange flying an aircraft fly-by-wire after manhandling the MD-11s and IRL 737s, and you just kind of have to finesse it. And I don't think I've quite got that finesse, so let's see how it works out for us. Of course, the auto thrust stays on for these planes, which is nice. And based on the zoom setting I have right now, I feel like I'm way too fast. 3 red and a white. It's okay, we'll correct gently. Corrected a bit too much there.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brakes up, reverse is normal, manual braking. Auto brake disarmed. It's 360 knots. Alpha 3 is our exit. So dry runway, I'm going to take it at 45 knots.
United 1 Tango, welcome to Auckland. Taxi stand 6 via Alpha and Juliet.
Stand 6 via Alpha and Juliet, United 901 Tango. 6 via Alpha and Juliet, okay. 6 Alpha Juliet. So Alpha, as we discussed, first left here. And it looks like it's going to be clear.
Auckland Tower, zone 8126, establish ILS 05 right.
United 126, Auckland Tower, good evening. Surface wind 1507 knots, runway 05 right, clear to land.
Clear to land 05 right, New Zealand 8126.
Usually I start a timer to do a single engine taxi in. We're not going to do that today because we're going to leave the engines on for our replay. And hopefully that replay goes well. So that's the plan. Overall, I'm okay with that approach and landing. I think it worked out nicely. We went a little bit through the localizer, even on LNAV, but I suspect that's on me because I was a little bit fast. Did think LNAV would take care of it, but then again, it was expecting me to be a max speed of 210 at Lengu. I think I might have been below that, so to be honest, I'm not really sure why it didn't take. Stand 6, again, as we briefed, will be at the international terminal. It's the first pier that we're going to see. So it's going to be just after Bravo 7, our exit into Juliet, and then stand 6. I'm going to get GSX ready for that. International terminal, and we're going to go to stand... Oh, it's missing. Alright, let's ask if one of the others are available. Five, 8, 9, maybe 9. Or 4. Okay, let me ask. Tarek for United 901 Tango, is stand 4 available?
And is a question, United 901 Tango, affirm taxi stand 4 via Alpha and Juliet.
Alpha Juliet stand 4, United 901 Tango. Yeah, so I keep forgetting this every time I get into New Zealand, into Auckland. I'm supposed to turn off these static display aircraft, and I just keep forgetting it. So this is one of the first sceneries that I remember getting in 2020, I think. And I still haven't... I don't fly here often enough to remember to do it, so yeah, next time I'm gonna try to remember to check the scenery before we get started. So this is Bravo 7 off to the right, next one is Juliet.
5712.
Footsec.
Clear to Wellington Wide by flight route at 711 runway 05, Rock 4, Quebec, departure.
Alright, it's Juliet to the right.
Position exact. 1712, flight level
Stand 4.
340, China 981.
At China 981 negative, it's the AVNA 2 Quebec departure, Egbat transition, and squawk 5712.
Confirm AVNA 2, prepare departure, and squawk 5712 at China 91.
Air China 911, affirm.
Is that China causing chaos
8126,
everywhere?
taxi
IRL.
31 via Bravo 5.
1031 by Bravo 5, New Zealand 8126.
So this is stand 6 occupied by the AI. Sorry, by the static aircraft. Let me slow her down here because we've touched too fast for my liking. Stand 4 is our stand. Let's turn off the taxi lights and focus on getting her turned in for stand 4. Slow her down to about 5 knots. Does need a little bit of momentum to keep that turn going. And here we go. Definitely says 772. Sensitive. Five meters to go. 3, 2, okay, so I might have been a bit too fast. Parking brake set. At this point we would just verify that the APU is running and we would shut down the engines. We're not going to do that at this time though, because we have that replay that we want to watch. You parked a bit askew. Yes, I did. Alright folks, thanks for joining me. I'm gonna now disconnect here on VATSIM and we can check out that entire arrival coming into Auckland. I'll put us up with a nice view. And that's our airplane. We were on the United livery from the early 2000s. I quite like this livery. It was the first time, it was the first United airplane I flew on had this livery. I think it was a 747. No, was it? Yes. So kind of nostalgic, but not really, you know. So we're gonna fly that livery and we'll watch that replay. I think this is a good view to watch said replay on. And I'm gonna bugger off. So is the stream information. And I'll put on some music and we can watch this arrival as it unfolds. And once again, thanks for joining me on the stream. Hope you had a good time.